ago, because I probably wouldn't have started our website like 2 months after my second child was born. Maybe not in the middle of one of the worst recessions that our country has ever seen.
I'm Jake Batzel. I teach digital journalism here at SMU, and I was the co-organizer of today's Entrepreneurial Journalism workshop that we held with the Press Club of Dallas. I think the biggest takeaway of the day is that you can use new tools to take charge of your own career, and whether it's working on an entrepreneurial project within a large organization or striking out on your own, or using entrepreneurial skills within the field of PR. There's just so many more opportunities and ways for communications professionals to chart their own path in the media industry. And
so 3 years from when we started, we were still getting very low numbers, and now it is finally taking off. So it really proved to me that if you believe in something and you're passionate about it, it'll work. You gotta stick with it.
Hi, I'm Michael Lindenberger. I'm a transportation writer with the Dallas Morning News and a board member of the Press Club of Dallas. We co-hosted an event today on entrepreneurial journalism. I think the biggest takeaway for me was that you don't have to be a startup guy to take an entrepreneurial attitude towards your work. And given all the challenges big newspaper companies, big magazine companies have, staying in business even, they've come to the conclusion belatedly that they've got to act a little bit more like startups. And you take that entrepreneurial spirit within your big organization and then leverage all the resources you have, which might be scale of a newsroom. We have hundreds and hundreds of reporters and editors still, or scale of an archive if you're doing content. We have millions of pages of content that we've curated over the years. So those are real skills, but you have to marry those assets with some entrepreneurial zeal. And I thought that was a good takeaway for me, because I work for a company that isn't about having its employees start new businesses. It's about starting new, taking ownership of products, of beats, of blogs, or whatever it is that's in your realm of sort of the pie there.
I by no means invented this term, but I've learned about it at social media and entrepreneurship conferences. And it's the idea of the 3 H's, that for a successful news startup to be sustainable and to make it, they need to have a hipster, someone who's kind of a tech geek who can help develop your web application, a hustler to go out there and hustle and provide and produce the content that is unbelievable content that people can't get anywhere else, and also a huckster, someone who's going to go out and raise the money that is needed to be sustainable. And so what I've heard is successful news startups need to have a combination of hipster, hustler, and huckster, and oftentimes the founder of the startup has to serve in all 3 of those roles until they get bigger and can build a bigger team.
Okay, I'm Paul Wallstrom. I'm the president of the Press Club of Dallas. We met a year ago, and now this is 1 year later, and we're now into the entrepreneurial phase of it, helping people make a living, how they can build their sites, how they can work with Twitter and some of the other social media to make a profit and actually make a living. And there's a fine line between journalism and public relations, and it's all a part of communications, getting the word out on something, whether it's a breaking news story or if it's an event going on, or it's the nature is the same. The approach can be different, but really the final product is very similar in that it's communication. And
Content absolutely is king in the communications business, because there's such an explosion of information on the web that what are you bringing to readers that they aren't getting somewhere else, that they couldn't just Google and find someplace else? What voice and perspective are you bringing that is unique and that is really opening readers' eyes to something that they can't get somewhere else? And that all boils down to content. And in the communications business, we're all content creators. We're also content curators, steering people to interesting content that they might find interesting. But that's, as journalists and as PR professionals, we're trained to assemble and synthesize content and put it into context for readers. And those are unique skills, and it's a way to distinguish yourself on the web in a way that is not just whatever pops up on the Google search results, but it actually has credibility and authority with that content.